Hi, and welcome back to the Quality Connect YouTube channel. I'm Trevor, and this is the founder of Quality Connect, Andrew Wellwood. And today we're going to be talking about how you know when you need a new PM or project manager. So I got a quick quote from Michael Gerber, the author of The E-Myth. The work we do is a reflection of who we are. If we're sloppy at it, it's because we're sloppy inside. If we're late at it, it's because we're late inside. If we're bored by it, it's because we're bored inside, with ourselves, not with the work. The most menial work can be a piece of art when done by an artist. So the job here is not outside of ourselves, but inside of ourselves. How we do our work becomes a mirror of how we are inside. Very true words.
Great book, too.
Oh yeah, really good. Here's a quick statistic I got from the interweb, a little bit of a fun fact. In 1983, hundreds of workers broke a world record by building a 3-bedroom home in just 3 hours. It was later sold to buyers who weren't told about the home's origin. The home was an instant nightmare. Uneven slab, burst pipes, flawed roof, mismatched paint, buckled walls, crooked doors, faulty sewer, on and on and on. So, yeah, building a home in 3 hours can be done, but you should never even do that.
Yeah, not a problem most people have is hitting the 3-hour mark.
Hey Andrew, I have a question for you.
All right.
What are some of the signs that you need a new project manager?
All right, so we're going to group project manager and site supervisor as the same role
Sure.
for this conversation. And you might be the project manager that needs to be replaced on your own project. There's nothing wrong with that. You might be just in a little bit over your head. It's taking more time away that you didn't have to spend.
Okay.
So there's no shame in that. Signs that you might need a new project manager are your project is not on schedule and not on budget. Before you start off on any project, you should have a budget in place. You should have some sort of goal to hit. Otherwise, you're going to end up spending a lot of money. And you should at least have a timeline. Like you should have a goal as to when you're going to have it complete. You should have some milestones. We should be at lockup by this stage. We should be at drywall at this stage. Certain things like that. Like we should have everything, wrapped up. We should be doing finishing stages at this timeline. Like there's goals you should have, and if you're missing those by a lot, without any reasonable explanation, then yeah, your project manager's kind of dropping the ball.
Okay.
As to whether to get rid of them or not, that's a tricky one. Like if they're missing it by a couple weeks, and it looks like if the job keeps going the way it's going, you're going to be a couple weeks delayed in possession. That's not that bad. Maybe look for another one, a new project manager on your next project. But as for getting rid of one, that's going to be a bit, because when you get rid of a project manager halfway through a project, it's going to cost you money, because that project manager is going to have to pick up where the other one left off.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to take them some time to figure out where the project is, what's been done, who's been quoted, who's got what for a scope of work.
Yeah.
So it's tricky.
It's a tricky thing.
Yeah.
But it does happen.
Yes, it does.
So the next question that I have for you is, should a homeowner try running the build themselves after turfing a project manager?
I would say no. I would say your project is a difficult project, or you just hired the dumbest project manager to start with. But yeah, chances are your project is a tricky one. There's going to be some issues. You've got some structural issues, something where the city is just coming through, and you're getting red sticker after red sticker after red sticker, and your house is sitting for weeks on end without the trades coming in. If you want to try and manage that yourself, you're going to have to hire some very, very knowledgeable trades. So you're going to have to, can your framer and bring in a framer that can take a look at that project, get it back on track, get it to where it needs to be, including the issues that aren't city related, door heights, door heights, the right size, stuff like that. Same thing with your plumber. Like you're going to have to bring in a plumber and electrician that not only can look at the red sticker, but say, look, this is the stuff the city failed, but your plumber also missed this and this and this and this and this. Like that's what you need if you're going to manage it yourself for the trades you're going to bring in. But the safer bet is bringing a project manager that knows all of that. He'll also have those trades that he'll bring in to help out, but he'll also know. So he'll be the one that will meet with his framer and say, look, taking over this project. This is where it's at.
Yeah.
Go through the house. Give me a list. Like what needs to be done. Where did this guy go wrong? Because a project manager is going to know a lot about all the different stages, but he's not an expert in anything. And that's what I would do. I would bring in my plumber, my HVAC guy, my insulator, and say, look, this is where I'm taking over this project. I don't know what was done before. What needs to be done to get this going? And that's back to hiring a new project manager. That's going to take a couple of weeks. Like your house is going to sit at the stage it's at when a new project manager comes on.
Yeah. And
it's going to sit there for a couple of weeks so he can bring in his experts, he can bring in an engineer. He can either meet with the city and say, look, I'm looking at your red sticker and it says too many items to list. Not this and this and this is wrong, but there's so much wrong that I'm not wasting my time writing a novel about what's wrong with this house.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's going to sit for a while.
Wow. Whew, that's a problem.
Yeah.
So what is the best way to approach a situation when you're running into issues with your PM?
Open communication. Open communication solves almost every problem, whether it's building or life in general. Open communication is what you need. So find out what's going on. Like, why is the project taking so long? What's going on? Like, is the project manager in over his head? Are there issues? Are you building a custom home and your tile's coming from Italy?
Yeah.
And it got stuck at customs, or it got stuck in a sea can, or shipping delays from Italy. Like a lot of that kind of stuff's out of the project manager's hands. So is that project going to be delayed? Yes. Is your brick coming from Mexico or something like that? It's like those kind of things. Your project's going to get delayed, and unless you know someone in the logistics area that can speed that kind of stuff up, that kind of stuff's going to happen. Engineering things. Is your house built on a swamp? Do we need to pile it? Stuff like that. Like, have a conversation with your project manager. Those kind of issues, cut them some slack. You're building a custom home. A custom home isn't going to be built in 5 months. You're looking at a year plus for stuff like that. But that said, drywall's drywall. If you're waiting, if your drywall is going on and on and on, maybe your project manager just has a horrible bank of trades.
That can be,
like that's something you ought to have a conversation with and say, look, your guys are dropping the ball, and we need better trades. We need quality trades. Let's go on QualityConnect. Like, put it on there. Get some better trades on your site so that it goes smooth. And that said, every once in a while a trade will drop the ball, and you don't fire the project manager because the plumber is taking 2 weeks longer than he should. That's a plumber issue, and maybe the plumber had some staffing issues, maybe personal issues, stuff like that. Like, don't drag the project manager through the coals for one trade that dropped the ball. A budget's the same thing, unless you're getting into something where shipping the tile from Italy is the shipping company is charging you more or something like that. That kind of stuff's out of the hand. But if your insulator says it's going to be $20,000 to insulate the house, and you're getting a bill for $30,000, you go to the project manager and say, look, we signed on 20, it's your insulator, sort this guy out, what's going on? So you're starting to get big issues on budget and timelines. Have a conversation with your project manager. Should be able to gauge it based on that.
Awesome. So let's say you're in the situation where you need to get a new PM mid-project. Say the guy was abducted by aliens.
Yeah.
So how do you go about hiring a new PM mid-project?
I'd be chatting with other people. Like, if it was me in my situation, well, I guess that's a tricky one. I am a project manager, so I would not fire myself. And I haven't been kicked off a site before, so if I can definitely take over and handle any projects that get stuck on that, you can contact me and I will help you project management. If I am unable to, or if we're booked up or something like that, or you just don't want to hire me, check the area that you're in. If you're building an infill, there's probably other projects in that area that have gone on, unless you're going out solo. Talk to those guys, talk to the builders, talk to the other trades in the area. Who's building this house? Do they manage projects on their own? Are they, some people are builders / project managers, and they will help you out. And that's a great way to check on it. You've probably been keeping tabs on the competition in the area anyways. Is their house going up fast? You know, is there always people there working? You know, talk to the, you know, if it is sold, talk to the homeowner. If it's not, if you see a house, there's always people working on it and it's going through all the stages really well. Take a wander through, see a lot of green stickers, clean job site. You know, yeah, have a chat with them. Say, this is where I'm at, you know.
Very good. Now, what can a builder or a homeowner do to keep tabs on the build before things kind of go off the rails?
Milestones. For project management, you want to set out milestones as to what stages should be hit when. And that's how you keep track. You know, you're spending $500,000 on something. You should, you know, being kept in the loop is not an outrageous request. For $500,000 to get a couple text messages, a couple emails, a couple phone calls isn't out of the blue. And you know, your project manager should answer your calls and your text messages. You know, hey, what stage are we at? You know, when are we on to the next stage? What comes after this? You know, like, I see the framers are working right now. You know, how long are they going to be on the site? And you know, who comes next? What's the next stage? You know, ask those questions, and your project manager should be able to give you. Should be able to give you an answer. You know, the framers are going to be on for another week. You know, and then we got the roofers coming in. We got plumber doing his stacks. You know, obviously before the roofers, so they can get the vents in. You know, we've got heat mark out coming this time. We got cabinet mark out coming around this time. You know, they don't have to be dates set in stone, but you know, you should know what's going on your project next, and then you can hold the project manager responsible and say, you know, look, you said the framers are going to be done in a week, and we were getting, you know, plumbing, HVAC, roofing, cabinet mark out, all of that coming next. I went by the site on my lunch break and there's no one working, and the framers are still on the second floor. Like, I don't know a lot about it, but they're not that close to being done. So, you know, stuff like that. And you know, if the project manager doesn't know where the site's at and what's on the go, then he's either overworked or doesn't care enough to get the job on track. So.
Right. Well, the one question that I have, the last question is, what can be done to prevent hiring a bad project manager? Is there a way to know?
You can definitely do reference checks. That's a great way, is talk to if they have built for other builders or for other project managers or other homeowners. You can do a reference check on them. You can check to see how did the build go, how did everything go. If they're a builder, go by their other sites. Check on it every once in a while. You know, see how production went. It's really easy for an infill build to get a reference because you talk to the neighbors. The neighbors know what's going on that site. Knock on the door, say, hey, you know, I see ABC home building is building next to you. You know, how did the build go? How are they to live next to? You know, when did they tear the old house down? You know, how long has it been at this stage? You know, that neighbor can say, oh yeah, you know, I don't like them. They came in, they worked really, you know, there are always guys here, always noise, you know, stuff going on. Yeah, that's a good reference. That means stuff's happening. You don't want one that, you know, oh, it's really nice. They're very quiet. I hardly ever hear them, but they've been at it for 4 years.
Took them 7 years to build that house.
Yeah, exactly. That's not the reference you want. Yeah, exactly. It was really nice. They only worked for a couple hours every day. Could handle it. So.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much, Andrew. That was very informative. If you guys like this, got something out of it, give us a thumbs up. Leave some comments down below and ask any questions you might have for Andrew. We'll be
or a topic you want us to talk about would be great as well.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and we will catch you next time.